Will your life be more magical once you find your passion? Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. And I was inspired to talk about what author Darius Farrow, in his article saying, "Stop believing in the passion myth. Your life will be magical if you find your passion." He's saying that that's not necessarily the case, and to be candid with you, I strongly disagree. I'm going to quote from his article and point out where I disagree and help you, because once again, we're a channel about blueprints. So we want to talk about being passionate and, most importantly, how do you find your passion? This is from the article. "I'm surprised by how many of us believe you need to find your passion ASAP. It seems like many of us put too much pressure on ourselves to find our passion. They think like this: without a passion, we're not complete. Without a passion, our life has no meaning. We all need to turn our passion into our career." Really? Says who? Having a career that you love is important, yes, but it's not a magical solution that will make all your problems disappear. Some people say, "If only I would find my passion." And I think, so what? Let's say you find your passion, but if you're unhappy, you'll be an unhappy person with a passion. And if you're a miserable complainer, you'll be a miserable complainer with a passion. Don't expect that your life will be better when you love what you're doing. Life is still life. You have to wake up, make money, struggle, and deal with all the other things that life brings with it. I couldn't disagree more. When you have a passion, it's the difference between waking up excited about the day or waking up, getting on your treadmill and just doing the same old things that you do every day. When you have an excitement, when you have a passion about a particular thing, you're looking forward to it. It's the difference between living and existing. When you see kids get excited about something, that's the natural way to be. The infinite mind, if you want to look at things in their most natural state, look at kids, look at children, look at the way they respond to things. When they see something new, they're screaming, they're excited. It's unbelievable the happiness that they feel because of their excitement. Shouldn't you feel that way as well? If you don't have a passion, you don't have something to take you off the treadmill of same old, same old. So, how is this information useful for me? All right, now this is the author again. I'm going through his article. "For the past year, I've been researching how others can stimulate the process of finding your passion, but I've never found any research that has a sound answer to that question. No research says do X, Y, Z, and that will result in your passion." You're not looking in the right places, my friend. Okay? Have you ever heard of a book called Think and Grow Rich? And there are so many others. And here's what's the ironic thing is, in the article, the author goes on to point out how other people suggest you find your passion. In the Eureka Factor, John Kunos and Mark Beeman, this is a book I've read, explain how insights arise and what the scientific research says about stimulating them. They write, and I'm quoting from the book, "Though insights often come as a surprise, sometimes we can sense that an idea is present, lurking just below the threshold of awareness, ready to emerge. This puzzling phenomenon has a strange subjective quality. It feels like an idea is about to burst into your consciousness, almost as though you're about to sneeze. Instead," and I'm continuing from the article, "instead of putting pressure on yourself, you need something that will trigger that final step of getting a eureka moment." And here's what the authors of the book continue. "Cognitive psychologists call this experience intuition. meaning an awareness of the presence of information in the unconscious mind, a new idea, a solution, or perspective without awareness of the information itself, at least until it pops into consciousness. Hello, McFly. These are the things that we've been talking about. You give yourself every morning, consciously, some quiet thinking time where you relax, and then that allows the infinite mind to give you some ideas. And you'll also find that during the day, that when you're in a state of relaxation, there'll be other ideas or scenarios that will pop up that will help you to advance your cause. And let's say you don't have, a particular purpose right now. How do you get one? Is during your quiet thinking time, you let your mind wander. And when you're thinking about things that quote unquote, are unimportant, change gears. And if you keep coming up with the same thought over and over and over, that's a clue that you want to give that thought some more time, some more effort. This is what happens when you give yourself even 10 minutes during the day. Be grateful. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. Okay, you're grateful. You have an attitude of gratitude. And then let your mind wander to circumstances, and it'll go in 9 million different places. And once again, you filter out the things that are not important, and then when you get something that is important and you start to focus on it again, you'll get more and more ideas. You'll visualize, if only I could do this, if only I could do that, this is the end result I want, how am I going to get there, so on and so forth. And you start planting seeds with the infinite mind. And when you're in the relaxed state, that is when the infinite mind will communicate with you. The author of the article says, you don't know your passion because you're not aware of it. That's all. Don't make things more complicated than they are, and don't try to force it to come out of you. It's not a pimple that you have to pop. Wrong. All right? I'm not saying sit there and, all right, give me your passion, give me your passion. What I'm saying is put yourself in a position where you're going to get better ideas by putting yourself in a relaxed state. Eli, if you're looking to, and let me use the language that we used to use, if you're looking to make friends with the opposite sex, with the opposite gender, if you're looking to make new friends, you probably don't want to go to a sports bar where they have sawdust on the floor. There's probably not going to be a whole bunch of women there. Instead, you might want to go someplace where there's dancing, because women will go to a place where there's dancing. It's more likely that you're going to meet someone in a place where the people that you want to meet want to congregate. Well, if you want to come up with a passion, you need to put yourself in a place where passionate ideas can congregate. And that is in your own quiet thinking time, the beginning of the day and at night. The last thing you do at night before you cross the border from consciousness to unconsciousness to sleep is plant that seed and let your mind wander and visualize things as you want them to be, and you'll get all sorts of different thoughts. Once again, use the filter. Filter out the unimportant and focus on what is important. How can I stimulate my brain to get those insights? This is from the author. Number one, expose yourself to different things. Read about stuff you've never considered, travel, hang out with different people. The more you broaden your mind, the more information you get. Eureka moments often become a blend of different ideas that you're exposed to. That's true. That's the way it works. All right? Experience different things. That's what you do when you go through school. You're experiencing different things every day, new and exciting things, and it allows your mind to expand and to see things from different perspectives. Second thing the author said, the author, for my money, is disagreeing with the basis of his article. All right? 2, manage stress and anxiety. All right, well, we talked about that. Chronic stress and anxiety prevent your mind to think clearly, focus, and relax. Hello? All right? So, once again, don't understand the why and because the infinite mind communicates with us better when we're in a relaxed state. Einstein used to say he got many of his best ideas taking a relaxing shower, or when he was playing the violin, or if he really got stuck in the middle of the day, he would just lie down on the ground and put himself in a relaxing state, in a relaxed state. And like I said, you know this yourself because something pops into your mind that you've been trying to think about when you're in the middle of doing something relaxing. So manage the stress. Set aside a time every day when you say, I'm going to give myself quiet thinking time. I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to relax. I'm going to let my mind wander. To be good at anything, you have to do it repetitiously. The more you shoot the basketball, the better shooter you become. The more time you dedicate to thinking, the better a thinker you become. Is this atomic science? I think not. And then the other thing is focus on what matters. Most things in life really don't matter. Simply figure out what matters to you. And there's 2 things. Number 1, it's something that matters. And number 2, it's a clue. It keeps coming up in your mind, all right? You're moving on to something else, but it keeps coming back. That makes it something that you want to think about. The thing is, though, you need input if you want to get output. So you need to dedicate that 10 or 15 minutes a day to just thinking on your own. Give yourself some time for new thoughts. Give yourself some time to receive bits and pieces from the universal mind. Most people are looking for a step-by-step program. The author of this article saying there is no step-by-step program. I'm saying, yeah, there is. I just gave it to you and I didn't make it up. When you read books like Think and Grow Rich or As a Man Thinketh, when you read these books, you see that formula. What are you waiting for? Well, I'm not understanding. I'm assuming this guy is fairly well read and he gives some of the things that are said in these books, but he doesn't do it the correct way. There is a formula. That's the formula. It doesn't work every single time. Just as when you turn the key to your car, sometimes the battery has died out, or sometimes there's a bad connection with the engine. All right? But most of the time, a large amount of time, you'll get that connection. But you have to turn the key and the wires have to be connected to get that connection. You just have to trust that some things will fall into place. This is the end of his article. Just don't wait for it. Keep doing what you're doing, but when that day does come, make a happy dance, celebrate, whatever, but the next day, wake up and start working. You know what? Some things are not just going to come. They're not. You have to put yourself in a position to be a receiver. If you want to catch a touchdown pass in the end zone, guess what? Your body's got to be in the end zone. Otherwise, you're never going to catch a pass in the end zone. It's as simple as that. Put yourself in the position so that you can receive ideas, so that you can open up the communication corridor with the infinite mind. There is a blueprint for that. It takes 10 to 15 minutes at the beginning of your day and about 5 minutes at the end of the day when you reflect, when you visualize, when you send out your message to the universe, when you plant your seeds so that you can be a recipient of ideas from the ultimate partnership, and that is the one with the infinite mind. Relaxed state, conscious effort to give yourself some time. And because we will never end a meeting on a philosophical note, there is a blueprint for this. Let's get out and charge! I'm Eli's dad.